We are live! We are live! Let's go!
Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome to Speculation Sunday on a Tuesday! Thank y'all for joining us on Tuesday. I appreciate everybody for being here. It is a hot summer, man. It has not cooled down at all. Like, it's crazy. But today we got Just Ask Danny in the house.
How's it going?
Danny, how are you doing, man? How you been?
It's crazy that you say that, Mondo, because they said this is the coolest summer that we've had on record. And they were saying that we're going to be in for a really bad, warm, hot winter, which to me indicates that haunt season is going to be disgusting. So I'm just looking towards that and not being happy because I was hoping to not have a recreation of 105 on opening night of HHN, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. It's probably going to be 105 on opening day of HHN again.
Do you remember one time? I want to say it was like within the last like 3 or 4 years. It was 100 in December. Like I honestly, I don't know when, but I remember just being like, why is it 100 in December? Like this, I can't wait to wear a sweater again. I don't remember the last time I wore a sweater. Like it was ridiculous.
I remember that year because you were like, I remember you telling me you're like, I want to wear my Spirit jerseys, but I can't. I can't wear my Spirit jerseys.
Dude,
I remember that.
I remember we finally went into like February and I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to wear a sweater. Totally forgot what it felt like. But I guess that's where we're headed. Opening HHN last year in Hollywood was brutal. It was
brutality.
Yeah, it was 100. It was 100, and it didn't cool off at night either. It stayed hot.
It did not.
I'm so scared for
actors.
I'm so scared for opening of horror nights. Last year was so bad. I nearly passed out at like 9 p.m. Yeah, no, it was ridiculous. 112 in Arizona. Oh my gosh. Sheesh. Horrors Unleashed looked awesome and so scary. Yeah, it did. Can't wait to talk about it at some point.
Dude, Horrors Unleashed spoiled you, Mondo, because they had air conditioning indoors.
Yeah, no. As soon as you walk into Horrors Unleashed, you don't even know it's hot anymore. It's so cold in there. The air condition is just full blast. There's no hot. Like, there's no thought that goes in your mind of like, man, it's hot right now. Not at all. It is freezing cold in there. Let me tell you a funny story. When I was in Las Vegas, I got there around, I'll say like 10:30, 11, and I went to go watch a movie at the AMC that they have over there. And when I got out of AMC, I was scared to sit in my car, Danny. And I had my air conditioner as hard as it goes, full blast, the highest settings for cool. And my car said 117 degrees in Las Vegas. And even though I had full blast air conditioning, I feel like it was still hot in my car. Like there's just no denting 117 degrees, dude. I don't know how people do it in Las Vegas, man. It's that heat. It is no joke. And then it gets windy, so just 110 degree heat just blowing in your face. Oh, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. Midsummer Scream around the corner. I can't wait. Danny, any content, any videos, anything on the horizon from your end?
Yeah, I have a video coming out tomorrow, and then hopefully another one next week too. Depending on when I can get back to Disneyland. I wasn't able to go this weekend just because of work and stuff. But there will be a video tomorrow. Yes.
Hell yeah. And that's at Just Ask Danny on his YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to pay to enter or just for the mazes? So Horrors Unleashed, you can't go in unless you pay. Like there's no, I just want to go to the bar. You can't do that. I just want to go buy stuff. Can't do that. You have to have a ticket to go in. If it's just a regular or unlimited, whatever, you need a ticket to go in that building. You do go through security, and once you get in the building, it's just your decision, whatever the hell you want to do and the process you want to do it. There's no like, you'll do this first and then that one second. It's just your adventure when you're in there. The merch shop, that's like on the way out. So you have to go through the merch shop to exit the building. At least that's how it was for me. I didn't see another exit other than the merch shop. So, but
Yeah,
that's
so let's go ahead and get into it. That's what everyone wants to talk about. Horrors Unleashed. I think the biggest question, Mondo, was it was kind of up in the air as to how operations would go. And I don't want to know, I don't necessarily know that maybe the way that you experienced operations is exactly how it's going to be because things can always change. But there was a lot of speculation that people were going to be, allowed in the mazes only during certain time frames because there was different like time windows that people were buying on the website when they were buying their opening day tickets, and it was kind of like speculated, like what that was going to look like. So it's really nice to hear that from what you say, you can just go in and take your time because I was kind of worried that you were going to be rushed through from maze to maze and you'd only have a certain amount of time to do mazes during that period and not be able to take your time to enjoy the atmosphere and like you showed in your video, other store entertainment things that are happening in between.
yeah. No, Danny, you are like in your own adventure, dude. You could do one maze the first minute you get there, and you could do the other 3 hours later if you want. You know what I mean? There's no like you got to do these things in this amount of time. Uh, I think the most beneficial thing if you do Horrors Unleashed is getting the earliest time, just so it gives you the most time to do whatever you want and not feel rushed. It does open from 2 to 10 when it officially kicks off on the 14th of August. But Horrors Unleashed, like I did 4 hours in there, and it wasn't enough. I was just like, damn, I got to hit the road. I'm so sad. I didn't try any food, no drinks. I really didn't watch the show in its entirety. And I didn't get to meet all the characters. And I can only assume there's going to be more of all of this come opening day and beyond. 4 hours is not enough in Horrors Unleashed. I know that sounds weird, but it's not. And a lot of people are buying like the Horrors Unleashed, like you could only do the maze one time. It is not enough. Like you will want to do these things multiple times. There's just so much stuff to look at when you're in the maze. You're just in awe of the sets and just all the coolness around you. And that's why I appreciated the second walkthrough a lot more than the first. Because the first time you do the maze, you're just in awe and like getting scared, and I don't know. The second time, you're just like really appreciating the things that are there. One's not enough. I will tell you right now.
So some people were asking Mondo if you know by chance that the ticket, does it include access to other areas of Area 51 or is it just exclusive to Universal Horror Unleashed?
Only this. You get a Horror Unleashed. It's only this. There's no like access to something else from this building. You would have to exit and then walk over. Man, that's one of the things I'm glad I could finally talk about. Horrors Unleashed is at the furthest corner of this Area 15. It is like way far from the other experiences, which are like the John Wicks and Pop Marts and whatever the hell else there is in Area 15. Those things are far. It's a good walk to get to those things. Area 15 is pretty massive. There is a parking lot that is literally right across from this Horrors Unleashed. And it's just like a 2-minute walk from the parking lot. And I've heard that the parking lot's new. So thank goodness they did that, because if we would have had to walk from the complete opposite end of how big Area 15 is, dude, that parking lot is already full, and then you got a long walk to go. And this Area 15, Danny, it's in a really odd area because you're kind of like in a cut next to a freeway, next to like a car car. What is it called? What is it where they like take like parts, like a pick apart? I don't even know. It's just some weird car stuff going on the other
Uh-huh.
side. You're not really by the strip. You're not in this like Las Vegas themed area. You're really not. Area 15 is it's like this own little world. Oh man. Let me see. I'm going through the comments right now. Honestly,
Uh,
for its
oh,
preview, it looks awesome. Can't believe you went alone. I would have been so scared. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I gotta say. From your walkthrough POVs, you could really tell Orlando's team worked on Horrors Unleashed. Oh, totally. I felt like I was in Orlando.
100%. Mm-hmm.
100%.
It's so funny because I'm never gonna like crap on Halloween Horror Nights at any coast, right? I think they both have their pluses and their own uniqueness. But there's just something about the Orlando mazes that really just bring set quality that's like it really feels very immersive. Like I always go back to the two mazes I remember the most, which was Yeti and Graveyard Games, and I just was so immersed in both of those mazes to a level I hadn't really experienced in every Halloween Horror Nights maze at Hollywood. Sometimes you do, depending on the maze itself. But I feel like with Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood, it's more for like a vibe that's like different than Orlando. But yeah, from your video, you could definitely tell that the Orlando teams had to be involved somehow because they were so well like themed immersion wise. So
Details on details too, everywhere. Like the second walkthrough was where I really appreciated detail of the mazes. And I was just like, wow. There was no like unthemed wall. Like everything was themed. Literally everything. Uh, how different was Vegas Scarecrow from Hollywood Maze a few years back? Uh,
very different.
it's the best way I could describe it. Like it feels similar, but it's just totally different. Our Scarecrow in Hollywood, it just doesn't really like they're kind of the same, but like totally different worlds of like theming, the different characters that were brought to life. There was like a pig mask guy that was in there that I don't really recall in ours. Um, but the ending is totally different. The thing that Horror Unleashed did is they have these like show scenes that happen throughout the maze. Some of them have like multiple. Scarecrow had one where a big dust storm happens and it's unreal when you're there in person and you see this dust storm. It's ridiculous. It's loud. It's very tall, and just the setting environment that you're just it's the definition of immersion. These Horror Unleashed mazes really bring you into immersion a lot, especially Texas. Like you feel like you're in the movie. You're walking in the house of the movie, literally. Like that's how it feels.
We had a good question, Mondo. That was actually two questions in one. Let's see here. Where is it? They want to know if parking costs any money, and then in addition to that, they wanted to know if Jack had like a meet and greet.
So parking was free. There was no, there's no like, there was
Which
no
is crazy to hear you
stalls.
say about Vegas.
Yeah, I know. I asked the same thing. The parking structure that I'm talking about, there was no like pay here, like in the future. Like I could see like, oh, it's gonna be a pay thing eventually. There was none of that. It was just a free parking lot. I don't know if Area 15, where like the other experiences are, if that's free parking. Also, I'm not sure. But for Horrors Unleashed, it was free parking in the parking structure. And you know what's one crazy thing about that parking structure? There is mad security everywhere. I don't know if that's like a normal thing at Area 15, but there is security everywhere. Like they are watching you, uh, and they patrol the parking structures too. Which, in all honesty, like that's great for safety, right? But yeah, you do not have to pay. What was the other question, Danny?
Did Jack have a meet and greet?
Oh, so Jack and Chance only do the show. When I was there, they never came down the stage. They never came down the stage at all. Um, I don't know if they will in the future. I have no idea. But on the soft opening I went, no meet and greet at all for Jack. I know a lot of people were asking me that. That was like, dude, Jack the Clown is like, he's like a extremely popular person. Is what I've realized.
He
Because
is
like,
more so, I would say, in Orlando than here.
yeah,
But
because we don't have a connection to Jack here in Hollywood. You know what I mean? But in Hollywood, I get it. He's like an icon. Um,
yeah,
how many mazes are there? There's 4 mazes in Horrors Unleashed. There's Scarecrow, The Reaping. There's Texas Chainsaw, Exorcist Believer, and then Universal Monsters. Those are the 4. And then there's a show, which is the Jack and Chant show. And then there's bars, and there's a sit down. There's a quick service that's themed to Texas Chainsaw. It's pretty crazy. Uh, we got Rotten Banana. What are your thoughts on Terrifier Maze having you get wet? Do you think we could possibly get Terrifier themed ponchos? I think it'd be cool, and they'll sell out, in my opinion. How do you feel about the wetness, Danny? The wet factor of a Terrifier maze. How do you feel about that?
I don't mind it honestly, as long as it's not like you're getting soaked. Then I don't really care. But with it being 105 on opening night last year, I would imagine most people aren't going to really care. I heard there was rumors, right, that the Orlando version would have like a dry zone and a wet zone.
Yeah, Hollywood was confirmed there's just wet. You get one walkthrough, you get the wet.
Yeah. So we just have that one. So honestly, I don't know. I feel I got soaked, like literally soaked on Killer Clowns. So the thing shot right at me, and then it just kept going and never stopped. It was he was like pointing it right at me. So uh, I was wet for a while on that one, but I mean it's fine. But honestly, yeah, if they had Terrifier themed ponchos, those people would just buy those just to have them. They
Just to
wouldn't
have them.
even
Yeah,
yeah,
like
they wouldn't even be using them in the maze. They would just want to buy them.
yeah, and also Terrifier merch, the announcement merch that came out not too long ago, all sold out. Everything, shirts, that string bag thing. I think the stained glass is still available. I don't remember if it's still available, but the shirt and the bag, those things are gone. Also, too, for Wyatt Six, there was only like up to medium. Surprising Jason Universe merch. There's quite a bit of that one. Five Nights at Freddy was also being just gone. Like the merch is gone. I'm okay with Terrifier having a more wet factor. I think it adds a lot to the maze because when you're getting wet, it's almost like part of the immersion in the story. There's a kill happening and blood gets on you. You know, it's obviously water, but when you're in that maze and you see these things happen, you're just like, it's blood. You know, and there's no better maze to have water than Terrifier, and the way they're probably going to use it, which is kills. Uh, yeah, we'll see how extreme Terrifier truly is. How were the costume design for the scare actors? I loved everything. I loved everything. The only thing that I've like that kind of took me out a little bit, I don't want to say like it of immersion, but the Leatherface chainsaw was like highlighter green kinda. So it just kind of takes me out. I don't know, because when I think of Leatherface, it's like a beat up old chainsaw, you know. So to see him with like this green highlighter chainsaw, I don't know. It just takes it just takes you away for a little bit. You're like, what?
Yeah.
It just stands out a lot when you're in the maze.
Um, what were your thoughts, Mondo? Because I just saw them on the video, but like, what were your thoughts on the cues? Do you felt like they were a good tease? If you could picture them full, like they would be like, people would be interested waiting in line in them. Like, how did you feel about that?
I think so. I think so. There's a lot to look at in the Universal Monster Cube. you're just surrounded by fog. They just be pumping fog and noise, and there's like statues of the Universal monsters. So that's kind of what you're looking at in there. The real crazy immersive is Texas, because you're just outside this like barbecue thing, and you hear the audio of the movie playing of like them telling the story. That was a really good cue. Scarecrow the Reaping had probably the most badass cue because it's just a cornfield and this gigantic like barn looking thing. The cues were good. Even Exorcist Believer. I haven't watched the movie, but I'll whatever I was in, it probably feels like the movie because there was just there's always a lot to look at in the cues. I thought they did a great job. You know, one thing I want to say about the cues, Danny, I feel come opening day, if the hype is just real and you know people are gonna come out in bunches, I think the cues are gonna get to the point where they have to like cut off the lines.
Mm.
And what I didn't realize in the beginning when I went to Horrors Unleashed is that they were doing 45 minutes on, 15 minutes off. So the mazes would be open for 45 minutes and then they would close for 15 minutes. And that's when the Jack and Chant show would happen, the Jack the Clown show. And I didn't catch on to that till the third hour. So what I think might happen, Danny, is these mazes get full and they cut them off and they just say, hey, you might have to wait to the next hour. I think that kind of stuff might happen, dude. But I don't know. They're doing the whole like staggering of groups. You know how they have time slots? So maybe that like eases the damage in the queues. I don't know. It's all to be seen. We're not that far away how it all plays out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see like how it looks in October. You know what I mean?
Dude, packed. Just probably packed. I think the local hype is pretty real out there in Florida. Let me see. Angel Forever, nice meeting you today. I made it to Disneyland. Heck yeah. Let me see.
So overall, are you headed back to Horror Unleashed? What's your thoughts on like how often you'll be back there?
You know, that it's a great question to ask. So these are some of the things before I've. First of all, I had to get some convincing to be going to Horrors Unleashed, and shout out to Tim. He was the one that convinced me, and he's the one that invited me too. So shout out to Tim. 5 fires at him. I was kind of like thinking that too, Danny. Is this like a once and done kind of thing, or am I going to want to come back? And once I finally got in Horrors Unleashed, I couldn't help but be like, dude, I just want to live here. Like I want to stay here longer. I don't want to leave. Like those thoughts go through your head because you're just in this universal horror world, you know, that they've built. And when I left Vegas, I came home. I for sure like the mentality is like, yes, I would love to go back. I don't know like what would encourage me to go back, you know, at what time or, you know, like how to plan that out. But I would definitely go back for sure. Like I would love to do everything again. This time I would love to try foods and drinks and watch the show, probably interact with the actors outside a lot more too. Just kind of appreciate the environment, obviously do the houses, but Horrors Unleashed, you know what I was thinking, Danny? This sounds like a weird thing to say. I feel like some people are going to get addicted to Horrors Unleashed. And I know that sounds like, what? What a weird thing to say. Dude, I could see people just like, I got to keep going every weekend because I just love what this is. I love this world that they've created. Because some people that they live horror 365. And now you got that. you got to go to Horrors Unleashed every day. You could go get scared. Oh, it's crazy. I honestly feel that I don't know how they could do it, but I hope they create like an annual pass or a 6-month pass. I don't know. They got to create some kind of pass to Horrors Unleashed.
I definitely feel it's going to be successful though, and I feel like Chicago will be, even more successful probably.
Yeah, yeah. And it's supposed to be bigger in Chicago too. Um, all right. We'll get back to Horrors Unleashed at some point. Danny, what is there to talk about at Disneyland? I want to talk some Disneyland right now.
There's not too much to talk about at Disneyland. I think the biggest talk here is that we said goodbye to the Better Together parade over at Disney California Adventure Park. Um, to me, the Better Together parade, it really just seemed like something that Disney really needed to have some sort of entertainment offering at Disney California Adventure to kind of counter everything that was happening at Disneyland to really keep people there all day. They needed that in the summer for all the tourists that came, right? So, um, the we had originally heard from Scott Gustin on Twitter that Better Together parade would be um, continuing through the 70th anniversary. And he said on his Twitter, or on X rather, that it would be coming back after the Lunar New Year festival, which to me didn't really make all that much sense because if it is taking a hiatus for Festival of Holidays and then for the Lunar New Year festival, there's not that much of a break in between the Lunar New Year festival and then when the Food and Wine Festival begins in like March or April. So to me, it didn't really make sense that the parade would even come back. And I was kind of getting that feeling as well too. And it feels like a lot of other creators in the space were thinking the same. I saw David Vaughn post that he thought it may not be coming back. And also, David was, I think, the first one to notice that Disney changed the verbiage on the Better Together parade on the website, listing it as a limited time offering rather than an offering during the 70th. So it seems like maybe Better Together Parade was kind of just quietly sunsetted, at least for now, right? We know for a fact. I mean, the fact that we even have Better Together Parade means that Disney never really gets rid of parades in general, right? The Better Together Parade, for the most part, is an amalgamation of the Pixar Play Parade plus some new floats, right? So the Pixar Play Parade never went away, truly. It just kind of came back in a different version. So I don't think this is like the last time we're ever going to see Better Together Parade. I'm sure it'll come back when Disney needs to pulse that entertainment at DCA, but I don't really see it coming back anytime soon on the calendar, especially if the construction at Coco is able to get on target and ramp up like they want. There's probably just not going to be space for the parade to continue during that period. So um, I'm curious to see kind of how that unfolds, but we're entering the end of 2025, which is weird to think, right? Because I feel like it just started, and we're going into the 2026 season. And for 2026, it's really going to be the season of construction walls at Disneyland. That goes for Downtown Disney, Disneyland Park, and also Disney California Adventure, especially. So there's a lot of construction that's going to be happening and it's going to be a crazy time at the park. So, with all the construction and closures, there's going to be a lot less capacity in, as far as reservation availability. So I would imagine that's not going to be looking too good either once all the passes come unblocked. So, this week on Monday, yesterday, we saw insane video footage of people just going absolutely crazy over the new Halloween merchandise. But it was also an indication of, the enchant keys were finally unblocked for the first time since the 70th began. And then next Monday is going to be probably one of the worst weekends you could ever go to Disneyland. Next Monday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this coming up, and Monday will not only be the World Championships for Pokemon, the official Pokemon trading card game at the Anaheim Convention Center, but it's also simultaneously Monday, the first day that Imagine key holders can go to Disneyland since the 70th began. That means they'll be experiencing Lincoln for the first time, they'll be experiencing Paint the Night for the first time, and most of them, almost all of the 70th, everything for the first time. So these next 2 weeks at Disneyland will not be a good time to go. And if you are going, just bring your patience because you will have long waits. Everything will be probably an hour or more, and you'll have really, really, really long wait times for foods. So just bring your patience and know that it's going to be a very crowded experience over the next 2 weeks.
Why are you scaring me so much, Danny? Because it's the honest truth. That's why. uh, I think today there was no reservation available, like a same day. It's been a
Yeah,
while since there's been no same day reservation, but having Enchant be on the reservation block now too, and then Imagine soon. All these reservations might be hard again all of a sudden. It's kind
might
of
be hard to
weird.
get. It's funny now because everyone always asks me like, when's a good time to go to Disneyland? I'm literally going to tell people now that July is the best month to go. That there's literally no better month than July. So
You wouldn't think that because it's
it's true.
summer, the heart of summer.
I
But it's just whenever the keys for the most part are blocked out, it's a good time. So
Yeah.
playing
So we
out.
had a couple of super chats come in while I was talking. The first one was from Theme Park and Things with Johnny. He says, "I still see Horror Unleashed as a Vegas goer, something for Vegas people who do while they're staying in Vegas. Just my opinion."
Um, I think people are going to be traveling to this thing. You know, there's a lot of things. Man, I could go in so deep discussion. I find it very funny that Vegas Horrors Unleashed got this like very Florida vibe. And now that I've been in there, I could confirm all of it. It's Florida to the max. I could only assume that was the vision because they want the Florida people to go to Vegas. That's the only thing I could think of. Because if it would have been more Hollywood, it would have, the influence would have been totally different than whatever was created. But I feel like what was created was very Orlando. Uh,
Yeah, that's a good point that you bring up, Mondo.
and,
I think
and
if people want to experience what Orlando's like, they can go to HHN Horror Unleashed.
that's what I was gonna say. So the people that love Orlando, which we know there's probably millions, all the visitors they get, th- those people are gonna probably be influenced to be like, hey, I want if all these Orlando people are loving this, I want to go too. So I think that's why that there had to have been a whatever research models were being created that Orlando people and people that go to Universal Orlando, they will most likely also go to Horrors Unleashed because it's the same vibe. It's the same vibe. But the local hype is very real. I'll tell you right. The amount of messages and comments, it's crazy. The locals are hyped for Horrors Unleashed. Um, it's a big deal for the locals of Vegas.
Yeah.
Cowls, how do you feel about Six Flags shutting down in 2027 in California? I don't even know nothing about that.
I think they
uh,
mean that one park that's owned by the company now through the merger. It's the one that was always going to shut down. It's just news companies like clickbait articles, right? So now the major parent company is Six Flags, right? That owns Knott's and owns everything. And Six Flags Great America, which is up in Northern California, was always going to close. Or
I feel
California's Great
like
America. That was when
we heard it
it
was
was
going to
when it was owned
close
by Cedar Fair. It was going to close, and then now that
before
Six
Six
Flags
Flags.
owns it, people are
Yeah,
yeah, they were going to close it before Six Flags, and they already said it. They said it was going to close in 10 years. They gave a timeline, and then now that Six Flags owns it, all of the news companies are saying Six Flags is closing in Santa Clara, and people are confusing it with Magic Mountain, and it's just a way to clickbait an article. So they were successful because I mean, look at this person in the chat here thinking that like Six Flags is closing in California. This was old news. This was told to us like almost 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
is
So
there another Six Flags in California, or there's just Magic Mountain? I don't even know.
um, there was there was Six Flags Marine World, but I think that closed a while ago.
Oh, so it's just Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Yeah, I want to say I don't know of any others. I mean, now that Six Flags is the parent company of, the Cedar Fair stuff, they've got Knott's and they've got all the other ones too, but
Oh, there's
I don't
another
know.
one. There's another Six Flags. Hurricane Harbor. But a Cal's, that one was going to close. They announced that before Six Flags. But I don't
Oh,
know the reason.
Discovery Kingdom.
Also, the Six Flags America in Maryland is closing, and people use that one for clickbait. Just
Yeah,
clickbait, clickbaits everywhere.
clickbait, clickbait all over the place. Remember, news articles only make money when you click, so they're gonna have weird titles, and half the time, 90% of the population reads the title and thinks that's the whole article, and then they share it with all their friends, and they're like, "Six Flags is closing. I read the title. I know everything."
There was one of
And
those where like Small World's closing forever, and it was just becoming holiday.
yeah,
Somebody
but
clicked.
my favorite one is like Orange County Register and LA Times, because Disney. Because it used to be that Disneyland literally had a section on their website that was a refurbishment schedule, and they would tell you Matterhorn's closing this day and is reopening this month. They would, and then as you got closer, you would know a time, right? And Disneyland doesn't do that anymore. They don't share their refurbishment schedule because a lot of times they don't even stick to that schedule themselves, and B, they want to be able to just switch things as they need. And so now we have this rolling calendar, and so we only know 90 days out what something's going to be, and then also Disneyland doesn't even always update it with the refurbishments right away. They'll add it later. And so the favorite thing that all the news sites like to do now is we'll get a closing date on the calendar for, say, Haunted Mansion, and we know it's going to close on this date, but we don't have a return date because the calendar doesn't go that far out yet, right? And so they'll say on their article, Haunted Mansion closed indefinitely, which is partially true, right? Because we don't know the end date, so it's an indefinite date. But people think indefinitely is the same thing as permanently. And then they like, oh my God, why is Haunted Mansion closing forever? It's the same thing.
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
forever. We got 49 months. Oh my Lanta. Our lead, top fire. Happy Speculation Monday. Hope everyone is doing well. Today, happy Tuesday. I'm like, what's going on? Thank you, Arlene. Heck yeah.
Yeah, Rudio also says, Mondo in the chat, people can't tell the difference between Santa Clara and Santa Clarita.
Where's Santa Clara? I don't know where
Santa
that
Clara
is.
is where
Up north?
Santa Clara is where that park is.
Oh, I see, I see. But thank you, Arlene. Also, we got 36 months. Wow. Alfredo! Discovery Kingdom in Vallejo is open, and we have Hurricane Harbor in Concord. Where is Discovery Kingdom? What is that? Discovery
It's up
Kingdom?
north somewhere. It was like one of the Six Flags parks that was also like a zoo.
What? Never
Yeah.
been. Never been. I've never been. This is in California?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, they got lions? Damn, this reminds me of Busch Gardens in Tampa.
Yeah, very,
Like
very, very similar vibes.
roller coaster and a zoo. And they got a Fright Fest too. I never been. I will say dude, I've been wanting to say this statement for a little while. I feel, I know this sounds kind of crazy, but this year in specific, I feel like I'm having more fun at Six Flags than Knott's Berry Farm. Like, I don't know if that's a hot take, but that's how my year's been playing out. It's kind of weird. It is really weird, but Six Flags, maybe they won me over with the Batman event. Oh, man. And Hurricane Harbor. Hurricane Harbor has been spectacular.
Hurricane Harbor.
Let me see. Will Paint the Night and the Cavalcade still be running during early November? What do you know about that, Danny?
Um,
It's Christmas.
I don't know.
As
I
soon
don't
as
know.
Christmas starts, Paint the Night's gone. It's just gone.
Right. And Scott Gustin shared the exact date it was going to be going, and I don't remember what it was.
Oh, he did?
But yeah,
I'll bring it up.
as soon as as soon as we have the, I think there's a small period of like where there's no parade. Like there's a tiny little period, if I remember. I don't know if you
What?
pull it
Maybe
up.
like a week or something.
Yeah, that's how I was like in the transition period. But he
Uh,
shared it.
um,
There was a lot of news today that he shared about Disney World, so you have to scroll through a lot.
Paint the night. Paint the night. Paint the night. Oswald. Is it this one? No. Paint the night. Ah, damn. I don't know, Danny.
You got to keep going. You got to keep
Damn, you
going.
shared it that long ago. Holy
Hmm.
smokes. Paint the night. Where are you?
Keep going. Keep going. It's
Where?
right here.
Oh, wait. Did I pass it?
It might be where the holiday offerings were with the that right there. It
Uh,
might be in the thread there with the holiday offerings.
let me click it. Nothing. Damn. I don't remember the date. Virtual, Bluey. Um, there's just been a lot of stuff that's happened over like the last 2, 3 weeks. If anybody in the chat knows, I don't
That's
know,
too far
Danny.
back. That's
Yeah,
too far
I
back.
don't remember him saying the date. That's I was like,
He
what?
did. He did share it, but I forgot now. Um, but he did tell us that Paint the Night would be taking a hiatus during the Christmas season. So if you're going to be there when it's already the holiday season and you're going to have the Christmas Fantasy Parade, you're not going to have Paint the Night. It will be returning though. They did confirm that. They didn't confirm that Better Together was coming back, but they did confirm that Paint the Night would be returning. So the only thing we don't know is how much 70th Disney's willing to take down to put up holiday decorations. That's what we don't know. When it came time for the Disney 100 celebration, they did not take a lot of Disney 100 stuff down for the holidays. So Disney 100 kind of remained king through all that. So we'll have to see if it's the same for the 70th anniversary. When it comes to World of Disney, Mondo, you saw that. They took down everything 70th and just Halloween took over. So maybe they are going to fully embrace it in some way.
And I could see them moving on from the 70th a little bit because like it already passed. I know we're still kind of in the celebration, but Halloween's I don't want to say more important, but it is. They want to sell that merch, and the crowds are there. They really want the merch. We got a super chat. Jar Jar Bougie. Because I love you guys. Hell yeah. Jar Jar, I hope you're doing well, brother. I hope I get to see you again,
Jar
man. It's
Jar.
been so long. But thank you, Jar Jar. Knott's is building lockers for Silver Bullet, Ghost Rider, and Hang Time. I didn't know that. I feel like I heard somebody post like or like I saw somebody that there's like walls around certain areas. So maybe that's what it is. They're doing lockers. Um, did you get a chance to watch the magic show? I didn't. I didn't. The day I went, they weren't doing it, so I did not. My mom watched it and she said it was great. Uh,
Yeah. Mondo and I are cursed when it comes to watching shows in the Birdcage Theater. We always go when it's like the final show or a day they're not offering it.
oh, it's always the worst day. We got CKB Super Chat for chat discussion of Marineland in Great America. So many throwback memories. Before we go on, I have to look up Marineland. What is that, dude? Did you ever go to that?
I went, yeah, Six Flags Marineland. Yeah.
What city was that in?
Um, I don't remember exactly. Oh, Rancho
Marine
Palos Verdes.
Palos
Yeah.
Verdes. What? Are you for reals, dude? Whoa, this was a Six Flags thing?
I think there was owners. Why I don't know why I'm attaching Six Flags to it, but I know I went there. I want to say it was called at one point Six Flags Marine Land. Let me check it out.
Wow. Uh, it's abandoned. So what does it say? This went from 1954 to 1987. So before our time, a long time. This existed a long time ago. Uh, it says it was known for its marine life, killer whales, California's first major theme park. What? It was
Wait,
eventually.
maybe I didn't go to this one. I thought I went to Six Flags Marine. Oh, you know what it is? Marine World. Marine World.
That's something else. Marine
Yeah, I never
World.
went to Marine Land. I never went to Marine Land.
Marine World, also
And
known
I, and then I think they changed it to Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
in Redwood City, Danny, 1968. What the heck? There it is. Look, Daddy. Six Flags Marine World. What the heck?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Remembering Marine World. It was pretty big. This is pretty. There's a lot going on
Hmm.
here.
Hmm.
So does this doesn't exist anymore? Like this was just.
No, I think it's called Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
Oh, that's what it's become.
Yeah.
Ah, wow. Marine World. Uh, Dude, that's crazy. I've never heard of that. I was like, I gotta look that up. Marine World. Uh, the Scott post just says paint the night pauses for Christmas. Yeah, I don't think you gave a date, Danny. I don't remember a date.
So that person that's asking early November, I don't know. I don't know. So
Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see. But if you're gonna be there, if early November means you're going to be there when Christmas Fantasy Parade's already happening, then Paint the Night won't be. That's all. That's all we can say.
since we're talking about Disney real quick and parades, talk about DCA parade, Danny, and the future because you've had some speculation on that. Like,
Well, yeah, we already talked.
are parades here to stay at DCA? That's the question.
Yeah, we already talked about that. You know, we don't know if Better Together is coming back. And we saw the construction area and the concept artwork for the Coco attraction. It shows the entrance to the ride or the ride's little mini land being right where the parade gate currently is at Disney California Adventure Park. So in order for a parade to exist, there would have to be a new gate put in, where that would be, or we just don't have parades at Disney California Adventure Park, which wouldn't be unheard of, right? Disney's Animal Kingdom Park, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios all used to host parades at one point in their careers and their histories,
Nothing now.
and now they don't, and none of them do. Only Magic Kingdom does, and maybe that's the way of DCA. Maybe they just to them having the backstage space that these large warehouses are occupying is more important to give that space to attractions and land space. So
What about
we'll
like
see,
Viva
right?
Navidad? Viva Navidad. Is it gone
Yeah, I feel like those could still exist in
somewhere?
in small capacities. They don't need a parade route for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it's just an
they
area.
can relocate those to different areas, and they don't really need a lot of space for something like that. The
Like the
only true
Lunar
parades
New
that
Year
we've
one.
had, yeah, the only true parade we've really had recently has been Better Together Parade, and even then, that's kind of a small scale parade. So
Yeah, we have Paint the Night at DCA, but yeah, I guess we'll have Oogie Boogie Bash Parade. Oh man. Becca dropping a super chat. Marine Land was for Gen Xers. I went in the early 80s. It was just before my time. I So I was always like, I grew up going to SeaWorlds and stuff, and I even enjoyed SeaWorld in like the 2017s and 18s until that documentary came out and SeaWorld became the worst enemy in the world. I never renewed my pass. I just stopped covering SeaWorld. I would get so much hate for being like, I like SeaWorld. It's fun. You hate cruelty of animals. You know what I mean? Oh man, it was crazy. But I've always loved, you know, what SeaWorld is. It's to me it was always fun, especially growing up as a kid. Uh, but I would have enjoyed Marineland. Um, will there be a time limit for Horrors Unleashed? You do. It's 2 to 10. Whatever 10 o'clock. You can't go beyond that. I'm excited for Mickey's Mix Magic likely coming back during Halloween holiday transition. Mickey's
Mondo's not.
Magic. No, thank you, Theme Park IQ. You're the only person that is probably excited for Mickey's Mix Magic. You know what? Let's talk about that. You reminded me of.
Well, we have a couple. We have a couple things just to get really quick. So, let's see here. CKB for chat discussions of Marineland and Great America. So many throwback memories. I already got that one. CKB put in Vallejo didn't used to be Six Flags. And then Rudio says throwing in my birthday tax for tomorrow. No cavalcade or free buttons. Just giving away my hot takes.
Rudio's birthday's tomorrow? Wow. Happy birthday, Rudio.
Happy birthday, Rudio.
And let's go. I want to talk about this real quick, Danny. Gosh, why does it keep doing that in my phone? A new permit may indicate Mickey's PhilharMagic will be staying around for a while. So this new permit is this thing right here. DCA Stage 23, electrical, replace stage lighting, projector, controls, control equipment, add power circuits, whatever. How do you feel about that, Danny? That maybe some like refurbishment love might go into PhilharMagic for whatever reason.
I didn't see it sticking around once Avatar opened. I thought
I
it maybe
still,
would go away.
I was gonna say, Danny, I still think it disappears. PhilharMagic.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. This one shocked me a little bit. I was kind of surprised to see that it's sticking around. I like PhilharMagic, but I don't like PhilharMagic at DCA. So I just don't think it fits in that theater, and it's a nice way to escape the heat, I guess. But it's
Is there
not,
any way it becomes Muppets next to Avatar? No way. No way.
if anything, I could see it. I could see PhilharMagic going away, and them putting like a version of the Zootopia thing in there.
Oh, that would be cool. Finally get Zootopia as some kind of attraction, right? In DCA. That would be cool. I didn't even think of Zootopia. Wow. I could totally see that. Hey, Mondo, Danny, did you guys see Disney bought NFL Network and Red Zone? Now they own 10% of NFL. Is that true? 10%?
I did see that they bought Red Zone and like certain days, but there are other networks that have access to other parts of NFL. So like I know
Yeah, look, 10%, dude. Dang.
10%. Yeah, like I know
Wow.
Amazon has like Thursday Night Football or something.
This
I
is
want
a
to say.
this is a great victory for Disney Plus. They can't bring new content that people want, but hey, people want NFL in a tremendous way. That's huge. Are we getting Red Zone on Disney Plus? Is that what this article was? Don't we have like a big like earnings call tomorrow for Disney? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we do. We do.
An interesting note about NFL Red Zone: ESPN will own broad rights to Red Zone brand and distribute to pay TV operators, but not. But NFL will continue to own and operate NFL Red Zone and distribute digitally. Okay. whatever the heck that means. I would. Damn, Disney Plus gets Red Zone. That's huge. People watch that like crazy, man. Uh, what are you talking about, Danny Mondo? We do have Zootopia in Disneyland. It's the window at the Emporium. I guess that is something. Oh man. Uh, there was
Let's talk
something.
about real quick something that Mondo and I have been covering for a while, especially me, is Disney Lorcana. And Disney Lorcana is going to be stepping up its presence at Disney parks and Disney resorts and experiences in general. The card game is only turning 3 years old, and it's still in its infancy when you compare it to things like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon that have been out for almost 30 plus years. So it's still learning, it's still getting new things, and so they're really trying to bring exclusive experiences to Disney parks for Disney Lorcana that will really get people planning vacations if they're also Lorcana fans, so that they can get exclusive cards and things like that. Now, we've already had exclusive promos being given out at Disney parks like Walt Disney World and Disneyland, but there's going to be a new type of card that's going to be distributed for Lorcana that's called Magical Places promo. And it has a little castle spire on the bottom of the card as an indicator that they got this card at a Disney park. Or in the case of a cruise line, it's got like the little ship on it, right?
I can't
Which is
believe
like,
that, dude.
yeah. So they have these new promo cards that are coming. So August 29th marks the release of the next set of Disney Lorcana called Fabled. And Fabled's a big deal for Disney Lorcana because it's the first set that marks the rotation of older cards out of legal play if you play competitively, and a new set of cards takes over, and older cards rotate out and can no longer be used. They're like banned essentially. And so it's bringing with it a bunch of reprints, but also it's changing kind of a lot about the game. And Fabled releases on August 29th. And they'll be hosting a special event inside Disney California Adventure Park at the Sorcerer's Workshop, which, as you know, is or Bell's Library, Beast's Library, which, as you know, is closed to the public. We don't go in that space of the animation building anymore, and it's usually for private events or for I don't even know if they use it for like that. That what's that thing called? The Imagination Institute or
Yeah.
Imagination, whatever it's called, something like that. But essentially, we'll be having a new offering for Disney Lorcana that day. It's really fun little like quest or adventure that you're gonna have to complete in there that day. I'm not sure if there's gonna be like an entry fee to it or anything like that, but when you complete it, you'll get that promo card that Mondo showed at the beginning, which was Belle, that had the little castle spire on it. And that card is a very popular card and played card in Lorcana, but this is a special promo version. It's like rainbow foil, and then it has that thing on there. So it's nice to see more exclusive things coming into the parks. More importantly, all the stuff that they've done for Lorcana has been in downtown Disney, so it doesn't really push people to go into the parks. And now this will be inside Disney California Adventure. So you can't just go to the downtown Disney. You have to be able to go into the park. So it's more of an incentive for people to like book a trip or go in there, etc. Now, I'm sure they'll still release the product that day in downtown Disney like they always do. And there'll probably still
But
be
not the
like a gift,
promos.
but not that promo. Yeah. So it's cool. It's cool to see what they do. There's going to be also special Lorcana offerings at Disney Destination D23 in Orlando coming up in November. And then hopefully when we have D23 again here in Anaheim, we'll have some more Lorcana stuff then too. So it's kind of exciting to see them embrace it a little bit more. Mondo's always said like they've never done enough for it, and they still
No,
haven't done enough.
they haven't. I feel like they haven't. It's like they should just fully embrace Lorcana to big extent. Like I don't know why they don't. Um,
Yeah.
we got to talk about this, Danny. 'Cause somebody just brought it up. Gina Marie. What about that Kingdom Hearts looking reel that Disneyland did a few days ago? Do you think we get more Kingdom Hearts at the park? What's up with this tease, Danny? This is like an acknowledgement of like, yes, we know you guys love Kingdom Hearts and you guys have been asking for it for a long time. Well, here's a reel just teasing the hell out of it. Look, I got a comment on there with 2,000 likes. I didn't even know. What the heck? I just realized right now. Look at that. I put bring a Kingdom Hearts After Dark event, please. 2,000 likes. That's ridiculous. Danny, what are your thoughts on this reel? Does it mean anything?
There's been so many different things at Disneyland that have been interactive. I'm seeing it in the chat right now from Gina Marie T. One of my most favorite things, or not, was it? It's Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker posted it. One of my most favorite things that we've ever had at Disneyland was Virtual Magic Kingdom. And they used to give out special exclusive cards too, just like Lorcana in the parks when you would do things. Virtual Magic Kingdom was so awesome and people loved playing it. But I think all that's to say is that, I think this is just Disney being creative. There were a lot of correlations with the Disneyland 70th key, being like a Keyblade, and especially the new collectible version that's like $200 that you can buy, even more so looking like a Keyblade. So I think this is them just playing on the fact that it looked like a Keyblade and like this is Sora like using the key. But suffice it to say, the success of this key situation and also the popularity of Kingdom Hearts, I could easily see Disneyland continuing this key thing well beyond the 70th. I think they did not expect it to be this popular, and I could see the key thing just always being something that happens at Disneyland. It's a great way for them to sell stuff and to have people who are doing rides to continue to have different reasons to go to the parks. And this is not the end of this key thing. I know for a fact they're already cooking up things.
Why wouldn't you do a Halloween version, right?
Anything. We could see literally any
Christmas version. A Christmas
version. Truly. And people will buy it. People will buy it and it will be successful. Disney's always wanted like something like this to like pop off. You know what I mean? And like
the wands. The wands. Yeah. They're wanting something, and the lightsaber wasn't it.
The lightsaber wasn't it. The lightsaber was not it.
Even the magic bands were not it, honestly, still.
Yeah, there was some like interactions with magic bands, even with like the 70th too. But I feel like this just really caught on. And this could be like Disneyland's wand. Like I have a key, and then people will collect them because they want to collect the keys to the kingdom, right? Like that's a special 70th anniversary version of the key to Disneyland. And then there's a special Christmas one, right? That has like, like a snowflake on it and like and then you get like snowflake pins in it. Like you said, there could be a pumpkin one. Like it could be like, imagine sticking your key in the giant pumpkin on Main Street.
Wow.
And then like having it light up or something, or like fog up. There could be endless opportunities for them to do it. I just feel like we don't see the end of that thing. It's going to keep coming.
I know it's total money grab, but it would work.
It would work.
No, Danny. You do the keys at Villains Grove and you sell a Oogie Boogie Bash key. And you could only get it at Oogie Boogie Bash. I know it's a money grab, but that key would sell out so fast. Oogie Boogie only key. Oh my gosh. It's just like a novelty of Villains Grove. So like you have to do it that day. I don't know. I know it's a money grab, but it would work. People would buy the craziness out of that. Kingdom Hearts 4 is rumored for next year. So maybe next year. Do you think Disney is cool enough to pull off a Kingdom Hearts After Dark event? Or they could just care less? They're just like, nah, that's not cool enough for us to do something. What do you think, Danny?
I don't necessarily know that they do it completely on Kingdom Hearts. I mean, we have Kingdom Hearts characters at every Oogie Boogie Bash since the event began. So that's not, uncommon, right? So we've had the character, we know the costumes exist, and that's a thing. But I don't know if there's enough stuff to fill a whole event, but they could do, like a Goofy movie mixed with Powerline and Darkwing Duck mixed with Kingdom Hearts. Like it could be like a almost like a 90s night, but like more nostalgic, I guess, and it would be kind of similar. So they could do something like that.
What's the main character's name again from Kingdom Hearts?
Sora.
Sora. How do we not have that character, dude? Oh my gosh! Like, uh, it's honestly stupid that this character hasn't come to Oogie Boogie yet. It's stupid. They've had Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, but never actually Sora. I've never seen Sora at Oogie Boogie. Um, Man, it's like Disney don't they don't want that. I'll say it again. Disney don't like listening to fans. They don't care. They're like, we're just gonna do our own thing. We don't care. There's something else I want to talk about, Danny. There's a lot of stuff actually. Let me see. Let me go back to my. Where is it? Where is it? Do you know anything about this dude right here, Danny? Jason Searle has returned to Walt Disney Imagineering as a creative consultant, a former Imagineer of 15 years. You know anything about this? Or did you read about this?
I read about it too, and I commented on it. I can't remember who posted it. I think it was Drew Disney Dude that shared it, and
Go to his. I'll go to his.
I put a comment on it saying if they're doing that with him, please do that same thing with Joe Rohde and bring him back as a consultant for the Avatar project at Walt Disney at Disneyland.
Um, did he post it earlier or something?
No, click that one that you were on. It was right.
That was it. That was it. Where's Danny? No, I don't think this one's it, Danny.
Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah, maybe he posted it just directly on here. Do you know anything about this guy? Like what he worked on, what he was a part of? Why this is
No.
why are people talking about it? Like why is it a big deal? Jason Sorrell, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what he worked on off the top of my head. He isn't like someone that I feel had as much fanfare as some of the other like more prominent, at least to me anyway.
Like
So
like the Vaughn dude, that guy was very like people knew exactly what he was about. Projects. Let me see. I just clicked projects. I'm curious. Former show writer, producer of Walt Disney Imagineering. In 2014, he left Walt Disney. So he left. Oh, he left for Universal Creative. His work included the creation of animated Haunted Mansion Tombstone at Magic Kingdom, the Great Movie Ride, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Play It, Walt Disney's One Man Dream. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I don't know. I felt like for whatever reason, people on Twitter were making it like a big deal kind of thing. I was like, I don't know. I just don't know. Jason is a personal friend of mine. The future is bright. Let's go. But yes, Joe Rohde needs to, whatever the heck happened with that guy, Joe Rohde needs to do that.
yeah,
Are you excited for the Magic Key Holder bag being given next weekend using the famous virtual queue? I remember seeing it, but it wasn't like a big deal to me. Are you going to be rushing out of your way for this bag, Danny?
no, I'm okay on it. It's a cool bag for sure, especially since it's got that retro vibe to it of the Vault collection. So people will definitely like it. And it
I
doesn't
hope
look.
they have photo ops like that.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not like gonna be trying to get it, but I'm sure a lot of people will be. People love a good eco bag like that, you know. So
If I'm out there, I'll definitely try to get one. Uh, you could get this the 13th to the 18th, and it's 11 to 8 p.m. Special hours on the 17th, 11 to 4. and it's over there by the Hyperion. So if you are trying to get it, you got to be at DCA. That's the place to get it. I want to talk about this. Let me see if I
Well, I
think
wanted you to pull up. I wanted you to pull up your post, Mondo, on all the Halloween merch.
yes, yes. Hold on, hold
So
on.
yesterday the Halloween merch debuted at Disneyland, and it was crazy. We saw a trend emerge last year at not just at Disneyland, just in general at Michaels and Home Goods and all the places that sell Halloween merch or Halloween just stuff, decorations and things. Pink was becoming a trend for Halloween more than it ever has, and this year Disney really embraced that pink trend for Halloween, and everything that's that pink trend is really just exploding. And you can also very much see the influence, Mondo, of the guy that's from Tokyo Disney, or the people that are on from Tokyo Disney on the merchandise team at Disneyland. They're ever since we saw that popcorn bag and other things like that from Tokyo, like all this stuff looks exactly like the Halloween stuff that's at Tokyo. Just search Halloween
Yeah,
Tokyo
like
Disneyland.
pre
It
twenty
looks
twenty
exactly
three,
like it.
pre 2023, we ain't ever had stuff like this. Like
Never, never. And all that stuff is like cute to the max. So like it's just gonna
people
sell
were
out forever.
they've been going crazy over this stuff, Danny. Especially these ears. I don't even know what to call them. The pink ears. I think that's what people were calling them. Yeah, dude, people are going crazy. I did think the Halloween merch in general was fire. They did a great job. Like, there was many things where I was like, man, I really want to buy this. But I usually never buy stuff right away. Cause like we're in August 5th, it's not Halloween. And lots of times too, I'm like, I want to buy the sweaters. Like, when the hell can I wear these things? It's like 90 degrees out here. Oh man, but no, they did a great job. Even the Spirit jersey was fire. There's a lot of cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff for Halloween. Anything that like caught your eye, Danny, where you're like, damn, I might have to get that at some point.
I really liked that right there, the jersey. I'm loving this jersey trend.
Yeah, that one's
Every
fire.
single one of those jerseys that comes out, I love them, but they're all so expensive. Like, I never want to buy one, but like, I kind of wish now that I had bought them back, because I think the first one I remember ever seeing was the 70th one that debuted at Disney D23 for like they showed like the 70th collection. That was like an early preview, and they had that jersey there. And then ever since then, like every single new merch drop has had one of these jerseys, and they're like extremely popular, especially with the Disneyland locals. Like everyone wears these all the
Yeah,
time.
no, dude, people wear them, guys and girls. Everybody's wearing them. Everybody.
Yeah, so I really like that one a lot, especially the color, the little pumpkin on the front. That's going to sell out immediately for sure.
Dude,
So
people, World of Disney hype was real yesterday. Even Storyland Boutique too. Like, the Halloween hype was real. It was just crazy. Yeah, there's a lot. There's just a lot, man. Yeah, I actually did a video on this yesterday. If you want to see like really prices and everything, I did it all. I know people always want prices. Um, we got a super chat from It Wasn't Me. Got the It Clown in that profile. Hey guys, what's your take on Disneyland selling tickets for $70 to Anaheim resident only? Valid August 4th through September 25th. Info is on the Disney website. I think it's wonderful to give back to the community with the deal. Why not? I think it's a good thing. What do you think, Danny?
yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. Um, the city of Anaheim residents have to put up with a lot, right? They they have a lot of traffic,
Loud noise, traffic, yeah, everything.
noise, traffic. They always do like good neighbor stuff like that, and I think it's good. They're going to be putting up with a lot too with upcoming construction. So it's going to be it's a great way for them to offer a really cool ticket that's just for them. So
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. It's a good. They usually do stuff like that. Um, Thank you. It wasn't me. you reminded me of something we got to talk about. Disney has paused. They paused their magic keys. The sales have been paused. What are your thoughts on that, Danny? Is this
Yeah, this
out of
is.
necessity, or people are not buying magic keys, so they're just like, take them away, make them want it more at some point? Like, what do you
Yeah, we
think?
talked about it a little bit earlier in the show how we're going to have a lot of construction in 2026. And construction and closures of a lot of things, less rides being available means less capacity, right? And so um, the answer to that isn't to sell more annual passes. It's going to be, the likelihood is they're probably going to have less reservations available. So they don't want as, they probably reached a good number of passes that they want to pause at for a while until they, assess how many annual pass holders don't renew for this August period, right? The end of August marks a really critical time for a lot of passes because everyone who had passes the moment they released after the closure during the COVID-19 pandemic was in August. So this is a crucial time for Disney to kind of reassess things because if people aren't going to renew in large quantities, it's going to be at this time because a lot of these people have held on to their passes since they came back, and this would be the time they don't renew. And so once Disney finds out who doesn't renew, then I think they'll be able to open them again.
I feel I feel like the sentiment the last couple of years has been, I'm not going to renew. I don't need to renew. I feel like it's getting stronger this year. Of like, I don't think I want to renew. Maybe I'll wait till next year. Like get my
Yeah,
pass.
I'm hearing a lot of I want to take a year off.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
People,
hearing a lot of that. I'm hearing a lot of that.
and
A
I don't
lot of that.
blame them. You already did Paint the Night, Wondrous Journey, World of Color, Happy. You did it. That's it. Everything that's still remaining is we've already done. Nothing new for Halloween. Nothing new for Christmas. So I get it. I get it. If we get a price increase, you think it's going to be $100 or some big increases, or it'll be more in like the $50 range? What do you think?
I'm hoping Disney takes a year off doing increases on the passes and they just do increases the next year. And then when things start to open, and then we know those increases will be big
Yeah.
because there'll be new things. So,
Sheesh. So
uh,
yeah, next year big increase.
yeah, I'm hoping. Like last year, we only saw a $50 increase, at least for the expensive passes. So we'll see if that happens again.
Just renew. If you're able to renew, just renew. It only gets worse. It doesn't go down. It only goes up.
Yeah, we got
Susan.
Arlene in the chat. Mondo says we are taking a year off.
Oh yeah, so they're just literally saying that.
Yeah, I've had many people I know said they're taking a year off, and if they want to go, they're going to use those SoCal specials that they've got going on.
Just a 3 day every now and then. Johnny dropping a super chat. Let's go. Fun fact, I just found out from a friend yesterday, the ballroom scene in Haunted Mansion, the dancing part, those are Disney princesses. I never knew. Is that true?
I have no
Disney
idea.
princesses? I have no clue, dude. I would have to ask a friend that would know that answer. I never heard that. Oh man, Johnny, that's a crazy fun fact, then, dude. I'll ask though. I have somebody I could ask that would know that answer. Uh, I'm still renewing. I'm still renewing. I need Disney to bring back the premiere coast to coast. I know. I hate that they don't.
I know. I
I,
know.
dude, just the Disneyland pass might be as much as the premiere was back then. 2100. I remember. I had it.
Dude. With the Big Papa Gizmo in the chat says, with the birth of our son coming next week and all the construction, our family is taking the next year or two off from Disney passes. We will just do daily passes and specials. It seems
Yeah.
like that's the case for a lot of people. A lot of people have reached their spending limit. They've done, like you said, they've done it all. They've seen it all, and they want to take the next year off. And the big chunk of taking that year off will be this month. So those are the people that had passes for a while and they're the ones that would, August and September are big iconic months for that. So it's usually
Um,
when we see pass prices go up too.
I want to show you this, Danny. Look at this, dude. This was today at Universal. Look at this. So, you seeing something like this, Danny? Look at the amount of money that's just being blasted into this project right here. What are your thoughts, Danny? Like what does this say to you? What is Universal saying right here? Like, what do you think?
there there's a lot of infrastructure being laid for movement, right? For things that Universal, we're going to see Universal ramp up in ways we've never seen, and I'm excited for the changes coming to Universal Studios Hollywood. It needs it, right? There's even, I don't know if you've seen it, Mondo, but there's even a big movement of people. I've seen it a lot on X who say that the tour should go away altogether. They're like, I don't even care about the
Dude,
tour. They're
I
like, I don't care about the tour anymore. They're like, I'd rather have that space for attractions and theme park land, and the tour can just go away like it did in Florida. And so, like, I don't know if I believe that, just because ours is like so unique, and it's like
nah,
it's a
dude.
studio tour.
Hollywood. I don't think they ever take away the studio tour ever. Like it's
Yeah, I don't think so either.
yeah, that's like the prized possession of the
So right
whole
now, this we don't know what this is
lot.
being used for. There's
Studio
no, like,
tour.
that's the studio tour, Mondo.
People keep rumoring that tents are gonna arrive here, so then they could use them for fan fest. They could use them for horror nights. Uh, but that the reason that it is, we're gonna lose the location that's at Curious George, so those two tents would come here in this wall. But I still am a firm believer that this project is more of a push to create the future and whatever the hell they want to do. Um, there's been a lot of trees that have been getting tagged behind Simpsons, and that goes down the hill, not just right there on Simpsons. They go; these tags go down the hill. Uh, I think there's just massive projects that are about to happen in like the next 2 years, Danny. And I am a firm believer that these theme parks are going to start accelerating things for Olympics. You know, Danny's been the biggest proponent of these theme parks are going to do this for the Olympics. I am 100% on board that they are going to be doing things for the Olympics, Danny. I've heard rumors with Disneyland. They're gonna really hone in a new parade, new fireworks, whatever the hell's gonna happen with Fantasmic. And they accelerated their timelines with Avatar, Coco, Avenger Campus. So like, what are the next projects that are coming? You know, because there will be. Disneyland ain't done. Tomorrowland, we still got that stuff. You know, is Fantastic Four. So Fantastic Four is getting rocked at the box office, Danny. Do you think Disney is still like, you know what, we still want to do that Fantastic Four re-theme of something in Tomorrowland? Or are they kind of like, nah, I think we're good. Nobody cares about Fantastic Four, I guess. How do you feel? How do you feel Disney's feeling? Because I think it was like there was like a 60 to 80% drop off or something from like week to week. Like it was just some brutal box office stuff that was happening with Fantastic Four.
I don't know. I don't know about that. And just to be clear for the chat, I didn't say that the studio tour should go away. I don't think that at all.
No, he was
I'm
saying
just saying,
people were saying
I've
people.
just been saying, I think, or I've been seeing that a lot on X and just on other and Reddit and stuff. People have been talking about how they feel like Universal should just get rid of the tour and get that space back. But I'm like, nah, I don't think so, because ours is like a tour of an actual studio, and it makes it really fun. Um, but I don't agree with them taking it out either. But I was saying, could you see that happening? But Mondo doesn't see that it could be
Hell
happening either.
no. Studio tour is like it's studio tour will never go. It's like Main Street. You think Main Street will disappear from Disneyland? No, never. It won't. It won't. Main Street will be
Yeah,
there
it
forever.
won't. It won't. I don't think those rumors are, or not even rumors. It's just people talking about it. But I don't think they would ever entertain that idea either. I think they're trying to find ways to keep it and do other things as well too.
Right
But as
here,
far as
Danny.
this one,
80% drop.
yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why, because I felt like it was a good movie. I don't know.
I think it's just people are superhero fatigue, dude. That's what I think. Pedro Pascal fatigue too. Uh, yeah, I liked it too, though. I liked the movie. But
Yeah, we're already gonna have a Pedro Pascal in the Millennium Falcon attraction.
I know. Do you think Disney's rethinking? Like, I don't know about this Tomorrowland thing with Fantastic Four. Like, if it was ever in the realm of possibility, do you think Disney's rethinking this idea, or they're like, these aesthetics are too good and we don't care? Like, what do you think?
I could still see them doing that era, right? That's not exclusive to Fantastic Four. That was, they were emulating Disneyland. They used the People Mover song in that movie, so
Yeah, yeah,
that they were the 1960s version of Tomorrowland is always going to be futuristic, and I think, whatever Disneyland's new Tomorrowland looks like, it definitely has to use that aesthetic again. I know Disney's famously said they're never going to build something that isn't tied to an IP. So, if anything, I think the original rumors of Space Mountain being Wally themed and Buzz Lightyear being Wreck-It Ralph themed, just like Tokyo, those seem more credible to me than anything.
yeah. Okay, okay. I'm happy for whatever theme comes to Tomorrowland, because we ain't got nothing for a long time. So I'll take whatever. Super chat. Let's go. Johnny, they bring back the Premier Pass. I don't care if it's $3,000. I'm buying that great pass. What if Disney did all parks in the world pass? What would the price be for that one?
I don't know, but I know that Attraction 360 would own that.
People would buy all parks pass for Disney. It could be $5,000. People would buy it. I get to go to Japan as much as I want, and then I could just go to Disneyland as much as I want. Yeah, people are going to buy that thing. Man, at this point, like, say a Premier Pass came available next month, Danny, are you inclined to buy one? I would say no right now. I don't think I want to go to Walt Disney World like that, because they just lost Rivers of America. You know what I mean? They're about to lose all that stuff in Animal Kingdom too. Like, there's a lot of losses about to happen. I don't know if I would buy one. I would love to buy one when Villain Land opens and Monsters Inc. Land opens. Hell yeah, I would love to own a Premier Pass. That would be the time. That would be the time. If Disney did a all theme park pass, how much would it be, Danny? Just put a number out there.
Oh, like for every park in the world?
Every park, even Abu Dhabi at some point.
Probably like 4,500.
Yeah, I think it would be like 8,000, dude. I think it'd be 8,000. Just that'd be crazy. You could go to Shanghai, Paris, Hong Kong. Man, that'd be a crazy pass. People would buy it though. I like just our United States parks. So those are the ones I want to do. There was something else I wanted to talk about, Danny. Hold on. All right. I want to go back to Universal real quick. So I saw a lot of people were asking about Terror Tram. There's some updates that happened on the Terror Tram. A snowman, Frosty the Snowman, he showed up. That's going to be at the beginning of the Terror Tram. Also, this door right here, everybody keeps saying it's Black Phone 2. Then these doors by the Bates Motel. I don't know what people are saying that is. I still don't know. But where things got interesting as well is at Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. There's a prop car that showed up today. I don't know if anybody reported on it yesterday, but I saw it today. Some blue car. There was also another car. Why did it go there? There we go. There was also another car deep in there. I don't know what these cars are. I don't really recognize them from any movies. Maybe it's from the new movie for all we know. I don't know. And then there's like a big ball now, Danny. Somebody was saying it's gonna be a like a wrecking ball. Um, do I do I have to go in the comments? This wrecking ball right here. I don't know if that's a wrecking ball. Just it's a ball. Maybe there's going to be props from all different Fast and Furiouses coming to this attraction. So I wanted to bring that up. Uh, how do you feel about Terror Tram being Blumhouse essentially again? Is it exciting? Do you don't care? You're mid. How do you feel?
I kind of liked the idea of Terror Tram being killer clowns. I thought that was kind of fun,
I did.
especially with like walking in the War of the World set. It's like very, like outer space, like coming to Earth and wrecking stuff. Like that'd be kind of fun. Like them amongst all the wreckage of everything. That'd be kind of fun. But the Blumhouse Tram wasn't bad last year, so I say why not, right?
I'm willing to give it a chance, especially if it's different from what we got last year.
Yeah, you liked the tram last year. You
I
loved how
did.
like Megan was there
I did
and
like
all
the tram
that.
line. I'd never retired it. I did it to the end. Uh, Sometimes I do retire the tram fast, but hopefully no purge. Purge is coming, dude. Purge comes every year. We can't get
I
rid of.
love Purge. I'll never get tired of Purge ever. Sorry
Damn.
about it.
Some people were like, "We're done with the purge." Uh, where is it? Also, too, at Fast and Furious, I just want to like report this to everybody. They're doing the mural now, Danny. Um, there's some peoples I've talked to. They're saying that this like testing and all sort like things could be heavily in the works of testing and like these ride vehicles flying through the track like September, October, dude. So things might get very juicy for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift in a couple months. I'm not saying it's going to open by any means, but I'm just saying from a testing perspective. Uh,
Dude,
I can't wait.
just imagine how crazy next Horror Nights is gonna be, the line for that ride during
Nut,
Horror Nights.
3 hours. 3 hours.
Nut. It'll be like a nuts line, dude. Like your whole Horror Nights event, you're just waiting in line for that.
I swear, if I hear "Party in the U.S." on the Terror Tram again, "Party in the USA." Yeah, I heard that a lot. I heard that a lot. The blue and white car is Paul Walker's car from Fast and Furious 6. Let me look. Let me look. Paul Walker car, Fast Furious 6. No way, dude. It is. That's actually a big deal. Whoa. So there is a Paul Walker tribute. Wow. I gotta rewatch these movies. Dude, it is. Whoa. I gotta repost. Okay, I'll post that later. Wow. That was like a big thing. Like they better have a Paul Walker thing in there to like, honor him. Um, Damn, that threw me for a loop. Uh, all right, Danny. Last thing I want to talk about. Last thing, we're gonna go to Knott's Berry Farm. We haven't talked about Knott's. Uh, Check this out. We have a facade look. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Hold on, almost there. Is it in my reply? No, there it is. I got it. Uh, so this is where Waxworks used to be. So this is the replacement of Waxworks. This is the facade. This is from Sammyland 6 on X, so credit to Sammyland, getting us these incredible views. What do you think right here, Danny? What's going to come out of this? This Krampus? This like a church or something? Like I guess another house? We got a widow's house and then this house. People keep saying Bloody Mary. I don't know how the hell you get Bloody Mary out of this, but what do you feel like? How does this make you feel?
And this is where?
Waxworks.
Waxworks. I don't know. It's a really cool looking facade, though. Really cool looking facade. It looks very similar to Widow's. That's for sure.
I know. That's what maybe this is Widow's neighbor. Like it's part of the story. It's some weird storyline going on.
It's kind of weird that like two mazes next to each other have very similar facades.
Yeah, like they're houses. I don't know.
All I know is this maze used to be Trick or Treat Lights Out a while ago, before it was Waxworks, and Trick or Treat Lights Out also had a house facade as well too. So if they bring that maze back, I wouldn't be mad because I freaking love that maze so much. So
maybe Trick or Treat sequel. I get just the story keeps going.
Yeah,
I would love that. I love that. Yeah, I just wanted to bring this up. This looks cool, whatever the hell it is. We're actually not far from Nightmares Revealed. I think it's the 17th. It's like 2 Tuesdays from now, so we're not that far away. It's good. It's good. Knott's obviously went hard with whatever the hell this is. But just wanted to bring it up. All right, Danny, closing thoughts on everything, my friend. Closing thoughts.
Yeah, there's a lot happening all around. We're coming up on haunt season. I was just gonna say we didn't talk about horror, the Nightmares Revealed, but that's coming up soon. Mondo Art was lucky enough that he was able to get a taste of the horror season. Usually, our first taste of it is Nightmares Revealed, but we'll get back in the fog again at Knott's during that event, so that'll be really fun. Other than that, I'm excited to just see kind of what's happening for Halloween season. I think I'm most curious to see how Halloween season starts unfolding at Disneyland because, again, we don't know just how much is going to change from 70th to the Halloween season. So to me, that's the most interesting thing. I don't know just how much we're going to see. And a lot of people are asking me and I don't have the answers for that. So that's why I'm curious to see like when like it's going to be that first shot of Mickey Blinky. That's like that's going to be basically like the money shot because that's confirmation that, 70th is taking a hiatus. So
yeah, as soon as I hear Mickey Blinky drop, I post the same picture every year. I post the same Mickey Blinky has arrived, same picture every year. The thing doesn't change. We need a Spaces bonfire, full lineup of HHN. I know soon. Whenever the hell they announce things, we will definitely do it. But they will not. We still have that house at Curious George, which everybody says is Poltergeist, but it's not announced. I don't know
we need it. We need it.
My closing thoughts. At some point, I'll do a bonfire and talk more Horrors Unleashed. I feel like there's a lot of people that really want to like deep dive on that. There's a funny story with Horrors Unleashed. Long story short, Horrors Unleashed, they invited me. I wasn't invited at all, but they have invited me to their media event. So I'll actually be going back to Horrors Unleashed very soon. When I go back to Horrors Unleashed, I'm really going to focus on drinks, food, characters, and they said that I would have opportunities to do interviews with creatives. So I'm going to really focus on that stuff when I go back to Horrors Unleashed very soon. Like I told you, I honestly feel people are going to get addicted to Horrors Unleashed. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say right now, but I've experienced it. I know what it is. It's really damn good. It's really good. I wish we had one here in Southern California. Why not? Man, but that's a topic for a different day. I'm excited. I was at Universal Studios Hollywood earlier doing updates. There is so much cool construction and like very vague things that are happening everywhere. It's crazy. Universal, I've been saying it for a minute. They're on like a cusp of some crazy stuff happening, and Fast and Furious is the next big thing. But what's the thing after that? That's going to be very interesting. And most importantly, what is FanFest going to look like next year? I've talked to some people, and all I've ever heard is they're going to go hard to the max. But I'm excited. I can't wait for Halloween decorations and stuff like that to start arriving at Disneyland. Because in reality, Oogie Boogie, I think, is next week, right, Danny? Oogie Boogie's next week.
Yeah, I think it's on Sunday, right?
Sunday? Yeah, Oogie Boogie's around the corner. So I can't. And actually, there's a cast member preview for Oogie Boogie. So we'll get some great looks at Syndrome, Maleficent's return, and usually Oogie Boogie has like a surprise something. So maybe something surprises us where we're like, oh, I got to buy my tickets. If I'm not mistaken, I think somebody reported that all of September sold out of Oogie Boogie. So if you're considering Oogie Boogie, buy your ticket now, whatever the hell's left, because it probably most likely will sell out soon. But I'm excited. We are in full-blown Halloween mode. Oh, I'm just like, I could smell the fog. I was just in it. But yeah, at Universal, we're just waiting for props and scare zones, fire tower, like all the the walls that come down at Monstros. I don't know why they're not coming down, but man, we are on the cusp of all the cool stuff showing up. And at the same time, I still got to get back to Six Flags. I want to see those updates out there and what the hell they're working on. Same thing with Scary Farm and Montezuma. I heard more track arrive from Montezuma. So all these theme parks are firing on all cylinders, and I'm so happy to be covering these things. I'm happy to be here with Danny to discuss these things. So shout out to Danny. Incredible live stream today, Danny. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight on this beautiful Tuesday. We are firing it down. The Cali Bay, just as Danny are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.